our spooky friends, and welcome to another episode of the Storytime episodes of the Scary-ish podcast.
Woo! They're always so complicated to start out with.
It's because I didn't think about it. But I'm Robin Grace, and this is Adam Diaz.
Hello.
And we're going to tell you guys some homegrown horrors today.
Indeed we are. We're only 51 episodes in. We haven't nailed down that greeting. It's because it's always a little different. You always want to try and put some pizzazz on it. Big shout out to Miss Deezy, who just resubscribed for 6 months in a row.
Thank you so much.
It says 6 years, which
That's
is hilarious. Because we are a few days away from the 6-year anniversary of Rob and I's first time hanging out together, which means it'll be our 7th Super Bowl, because it was actually the Super Bowl when we hung out. So it's really funny that you say that, Miss Deezy. It's like you know us.
Aww.
But yeah, thank you so much for being here. Big shout out to everyone that's watching us live and everyone that's listening to us, just the podcast version. We appreciate all of you. Like Robin said, we're going to be reading some homegrown horrors, which are what?
So homegrown horrors are the supernatural / paranormal, spiritual, scary, happen things.
Coincidences,
that
stuff like that.
Just been a part of your life or your family's lives or your friends, and just really cool things that have happened to you, which is really neat.
Indeed. I thought you were going to keep going. I was sipping my coffee.
Oh.
So, yeah. And if you have any stories like that, or you think of anything that's happened to you or a story that you've heard in your past, while we're reading these, please reach out to storytime@scarish.com. That's our email address. You can also go to Storytime. Nope, that's wrong. You can also go to scarish.com. That's our website. Click on Contact Us, fill out that form, and send it directly to us. You don't even have to worry about getting into your emails or any of that stuff. Don't have to worry about remembering a password. Just fill out that. You can also go to scarish.com and check out all of our social medias there. And if you want to go directly to any of them, it's facebook.com/scarishpodcast. You can message us on Facebook that way. Click like on the page if you go. We'd really appreciate that.
Yeah.
If you want to join the Scary Spooky Friends group, you can from that Facebook page as well, which is really fun. There's a lot of memes and a lot of discussion based off of those memes. And aside from that, you can also go to Discord, and you can join us there. The best way to get there is through scarish.com. Just scroll down, find the Discord link, click on it, and you're there. And a lot of that is just like day-to-day life talking, and there's a bunch of different channels for a bunch of different stuff.
Yeah.
Lots of people playing Resident Evil 2, lots of Kingdom Hearts 3 chitter-chatter.
Oh, my goodness.
Lots of memes, so it's a good old fun time. If you want to tweet at us at ScarishPod, and if you want to send us anything on Instagram, at ScarishPodcast.
Yeah.
I will say for the most recent episode that came out on Tuesday, every episode release, we send it out on Twitter. Or I should say we send it out on Instagram, excuse me. And this time I put up the episode description. Then after that, I put up a picture of James Dean's car, because we had that be the main topic, and the wreckage of James Dean's car. And then I put up a picture of the real person behind the story of The Exorcist and a picture from his exorcism. So if you haven't seen that yet, go and check it out. It's at Scarish Podcast on Twitter. On Instagram. I keep doing that, damn it. But anyways, let's get right to it. So I have 3 stories. You have 3 stories, Robin. Do you want to go first, or do you want me to go first?
Let's have you go first.
Okay, I can go first.
I feel like I always go first.
I feel like you do too.
Yeah.
But okay, I'm going to go first. Let's remember this, which means that you're going to go second, and more importantly, you're going to go last.
Oh, yeah.
So you're going to be the last.
Yeah.
We don't want to fuck that up again. We skipped a story before. It was a nightmare, so let's not do that again.
Yeah, but it was a long episode, so it's, I mean.
It was.
It happened.
It was pretty funny.
Yeah.
But still, my first email of the evening, its subject is ghost experience, and it's in quotations, my ghost experience, if you can hear those. And then in parentheses, feel free to share on the pod. It's a good place to put that, is directly in the subject, because then we just know.
I have an email that where it's like right at the top too. So
we really appreciate that, because we see that, we send it directly to my mom to get edited, and we're like, let us know if it's good or not. So here it comes. You guys ready? Are your ear holes ready? Because they're about to be homegrown horde. Here it goes. Hello, Robin and Adam.
Hello.
Hello. That's Robin saying hello with a mouthful of coffee. I would first. Did you like the coffee, by the way? It's the weasel poop coffee. So, not really. I think we threw that out.
Yeah.
Yeah. We haven't really gotten very far into this email yet. So we got a gift from Vietnam that was weasel poop coffee, and we're like, are we ever gonna make that? And Robin asked me to make her a cup of coffee before the show, and I really considered doing it, but no, I didn't do that. Okay. So I think we're at hello. Thank you for the 2-tapper. Appreciate it. I would first like to say this is kind of a long story, and be prepared for bad grammar and awful spelling. Well, I hope my mom was prepared for that, because she hopefully edited this for us. Keep in mind, I'm on an English scholarship going to ASU, because it's too early to fucking function. So that's good to know. So it's early in the morning as well. And on that note,
I wake up in the morning feeling like PD.
I knew you were going to do it. I knew you were going to fucking do that. On that note, I love you guys so much and found you on Spotify, and they put in parentheses for me. Shout out to Spotify.
I think a lot of people are starting to do that now, because a lot of emails that I've read,
Say it in there.
They literally say it in there every single time after they say, yeah, you know.
Shout out Spotify. I hope someone out there, they hear the word Spotify in normal conversation and they're just like, shout out Spotify. They're like, I don't know why that happened. Oh my God, he's poisoned my brain. But yeah, honestly, Spotify is awesome. Like, they've been very good to us. You guys have an easy time finding our podcast through it. Shout out to Normies13 who just followed us on Twitch.
Thank you so much.
And I just love the fact that you can play an episode from one device and go to a different device and pick it up exactly where you left your progress. So it's pretty awesome. Spotify.
Is this an ad for Spotify?
It might as well be. I mean, we shot them out basically twice an episode. But getting back to the email, I have multiple stories, and I know you guys always say share them, please, but I don't want to become annoying. LOL. Don't ever worry about becoming annoying. Just share them. So.
I mean, Adam's annoying, so.
And you guys still listen. So I think you guys like listening to me annoy Robin because it's fun. And then her say things that hurt my feelings. Getting another 2-tap. Oh, this is just a shoulder hold.
I was about to tap twice, and then you said something, and I was like, maybe I shouldn't.
I appreciate it. Getting back to it. Okay, I guess I should say my name is Victoria. My story isn't scary at all to me, but I watch a lot of scary shit and grew up with it. And then it has like exclamation points, like warning signs, and then it says Ouija board. And then afterwards
cool.
It says, Robin, I warned you.
Okay.
She's more scared of basements, I think, and if you combine a basement and a Ouija board, that's when things get real scary.
That's what happens in Veronica. Spoilers.
Oh, and the name is Victoria, so it's pretty close. Maybe this is the true story. No, I already did that. It was my 14th birthday, and my mom invited around 4 people who I didn't even know, and I invited my only 2 friends, one of which being my girlfriend.
Happens all the time in my
who
family.
has to be my friend, LOL. I don't know, man. I didn't have a lot of parties growing up where like my mom invited people that I didn't know. So I guess I was like lucky in that aspect.
I think for my high school graduation, we had like a party that it was like me and my cousin graduating at the same time. And so we had like this big graduation party, and it was all people I had no idea who they were.
I think open houses are a little different because that's like a big family gathering where they want all these people to come.
I never had one of those.
That's what an open house is. An open house is a graduation party. So that this is a party for celebrating your graduating from high school. You had an open house. It just wasn't called that.
I didn't have any friends that came.
Okay. I mean, I'm saying that friends typically don't come to those that often. It's usually just a family celebration.
Okay.
Did they give you money?
One of my aunts gave me a card that said I owe you.
Well, there you go. That's the same thing. Exact same thing. So I owe you $200,000. All right. I'm going to get back to this.
Oh, my gosh. If you guys don't know what that is.
That's Dumb and Dumber.
Yeah,
I didn't quote it right. I haven't seen the movie in a while. Getting back to it. All right. So there's 4 people at this birthday party they don't know. There's 2 people that they do know. They're only friends, one of which was the girlfriend. Got it. I didn't want to, but the 4 people who my mom invited found my set of Ouija boards and talked me into using them. I grabbed my candles that help with contacting the spirits. We talked to a woman who is over 100 and not a nice spirit towards, quote, people like me. That's fucked up. Like, let's just put that out there. If you find a ghost that's, like, prejudice against you, like, that's just, it's annoying for you. That's got to be annoying for the ghosts. They're going to be really mean to you. That's just a bad connection. You should hang up and try again.
Imagine that's why, like, all these ghosts from way back in the day are, like, angry.
It's like that KFC commercial. Motorcycle at the table. I do not approve.
Wow.
You've never seen that?
No.
Wow. I guess I watch too much TV.
Okay.
The email continues. She was from the Victorian age, which is hilarious because her name is Victoria, which made sense because I live on a farm in a Victorian house. She hated Americans and only lived in America because her and her husband had to move when the war started between the Nazis and, quote, everyone else. And to make it worse, she was apparently a nun, so I bet you can see where that is going.
That's super rude.
It is, and
like,
that's a lot of information to, like, get.
I just see this GIF on the screen. Oh, thank you so much.
777 just donated $6.90, and the quotation used with it is nice.
I just like the GIF. It's like, it was like some Asian dude just doing
that.
Really? Yeah, it was cute. I liked it.
No one can hear your hand gestures,
but
it's the
sorry.
Like tossing out money hand gesture.
It looks like it.
The making it rain hand gesture, right? Apparently racist / sexist / who the hell knows what nun who liked the Nazis is being contacted by this Ouija board. Let's get back to it. I asked if she wanted to harm us, and it automatically went to yes, and we all took our hands off the board, and all of our phones flew off the couch, almost hitting us in the heads. I put my hands on the planchette again and moved it to goodbye, taking it off the board. I was really upset because I had to get rid of the board. In parentheses, by the way, if you don't know how to rip it up in 7 pieces and put it in a hole and sprinkle holy water on it. Wow, that's impressive.
That's a
apparently
lot of stuff to do.
Apparently that's the way. It says, by the way, if you don't know how to do that, you're supposed to rip up a Ouija board in 7 pieces, put it in a hole, and sprinkle holy water on it.
What if you can't rip it apart?
I mean, you need to. You got to find a way. Get some scissors then, I guess. But
wouldn't that be cutting it apart?
Doesn't matter. Take it apart, put it into 7 pieces, bury it, sprinkle holy water on it.
I just have that line from Twilight in my head where they talk about how to get rid of a vampire. And so it's like...
I hate Twilight so much. I hate it so much.
It's like Jasper and his other brother, Edward's other brother. But they're like in the background while like Bella's on the ground writhing because she just got bitten by that vampire. And they're like...
Oh, yes. We all remember that part. It was just like when Mufasa's dad passed away. Oh, wait. Was it Mufasa? No, Simba's dad. Mufasa. Spoiler alert for Lion King if you haven't seen that. You have this face on like you didn't know that happened.
No, I'm just like, what does that have to do with Twilight?
I'm comparing an actual thing that I remember from my childhood to a terrible movie you're acting like I know the scene from.
I'm just thinking about when they're like, tear them apart and burn the pieces. That's anyway.
Got it. I'm glad we went all the way through that to figure it out. And it's a sad face. It says, it was my favorite Ouija board. Oh, and by the way, Spirit Bomb. So that's Dragon Ball Z reference. There you go. Robin has her hands in the air donating energy to whoever's collecting it right now. And this was 2 days before Thanksgiving of 2018, but I totally get it if it is said 2 days before Thanksgiving 2019.
That's hilarious.
We're not that delayed, but hey, we appreciate you understanding that there is a delay. So this is end of November now, end-ish of November, and this is the end of November, or January. So we're only 2 months behind at this point. So that gives you an idea. We're catching up, folks. So send us your stuff, because we're going to catch up, and we're going to need some stories here soon, or else we're just going to start canceling Storytime. Not really. We have a lot, but I want you guys to understand that even though it's not urgent, we want to keep a backlog going so that we have lots of stuff there to read. So good stuff. But that was the end of the email.
Cool. Thank you so much. I almost called you Veronica.
That's funny. Thank you very much for sending that, Victoria. We appreciate it. We're sorry that you contacted such a dick of a ghost. Yeah. That's a big bummer. So I feel like you're just going to find an asshole out there, and that's why they're there. They have unfinished business, or they're angry, and they didn't want to report to, below. So they're just going to hang out and be dicks to anyone who reaches out via Ouija board.
Did you see that picture someone posted on, thank you so much for your donation.
Shout out to Wings1607 who just donated $5. The donation was, here's $5 to make you holla.
$5 make you holla. Sorry. Okay. Did you see
We're performing monkeys. If you give us money, we'll do stupid things.
Did you look at the picture someone posted in the Facebook group where it was like a Waluigi board?
Yes.
And all it says was, wah!
And then underneath where it says goodbye, it says, everyone cheated. I was like,
I thought it was cute.
It is cute. That's a really, really good one. So
this next email here is from Molly. And it begins that you can read it on the pod, which is great.
Nailed it, Molly. Good work.
It goes, hi, it's me again, Molly.
Hello.
Just so you know, my pronouns are she and they. Just so you know.
Shout out to 777 who just donated $3.03. And the message is, I got you, bringing our goal up to 69.69% of our goal. And our dollar amount, $69.69.
Thank you. That's hilarious.
It's a lot of sex numbers there.
Oh, my goodness.
Now someone just needs to donate how much to get us to $420? No, I'm just kidding.
Wait, why 420?
It's just the next number I know that's fun. 420 blazing motherfuckers.
Oh, okay. Anyway, back to the email. So this is a pretty short and simple story, unlike my other one, which was long, but let's get into this one. This was like a week ago, so I was sitting in my bathtub just trying to enjoy myself when I heard a sound coming from the cabinets in my bathroom.
Leave it be. Let the demon go away.
Let it go.
Let it go.
I decided to check it out. Sorry, Robin, but I opened it up, and there were dolls from when I was little staring right at me. What?
Were they not supposed to be there? Were they always stored there and you just saw them? Or did they just appear there? Because that's definitely fucking creepier.
I literally was freaking out. I got out of that area real quick. I went downstairs to hang with my parents, and my mom was talking shit about my sister.
Wow. Super healthy.
She's a jerk and is not very nice. But we stopped talking about it and ended the night. The next morning, we woke up, and there were baby pictures of my sister on the front door.
That's really creepy.
That's like stalker level.
Your sister's
stuff.
a witch. Just saying.
Either she's a witch or someone's stalking her.
Or those dolls that you saw went and like pulled the pictures of her.
Oh my goodness.
I don't know. There's a lot of things that could be happening. If this is a movie and I saw that, the first thing my head would go to is those dolls are going to kill your sister for talking bad about her. Oh. And in the end, it's going to be like, they were just trying to protect you the whole time.
Or they want to scare them because they're trying to protect the older sister.
Who knows?
Or maybe, is it older sister, younger sister? It doesn't say.
Just says sister.
Yeah. Anyway, to this day, we don't know where they came from. Anyway, that's it. Thanks for listening. I attached pictures of my Owen baby, Andrew Robin, and I'll draw Adam soon.
Aw, thank
Promise.
you. We appreciate that.
Love you guys. Sorry, I kind of suck at drawing. We love all the drawings that you guys do because they're just so cute. I think they're awesome.
I love every piece of fan art that has ever been drawn, especially anything of me. I think it's very flattering. Even my niece, who's 4 years old, she drew a stick figure of me. She drew me with giant, big old titties, and it was still super flattering. I was like, it's cute. And then people were like, that's mean. And she's like, I'm sorry, Uncle Adam. I was like, it's okay. And then in my head, I'm like crying just a little bit. But at the same time, I'm like, I do got a nice set of titties, so I guess it makes sense.
Okay.
But yeah, thank you so much. Don't worry about drawing. It's never going to bother us. It's just super nice of you to do it. So
yeah.
I'm going to go ahead and move into my second email of the night, and this one's subject is just from Kaylee on Instagram. So we got this one sent to us on Instagram, and we'll go from there. So it starts out like this. Okay. So now I'm home from work, all snuggled in my jammies, and I've offended Adam. Stanley Hotel story time. I don't remember being offended by Kaylee, but good to know. In 2002, my sister and I rented a car and drove almost 3 hours north of Colorado Springs to Estes Park in the first week of January. Note, it hadn't snowed all winter, ... yet, winky face. So being young, dumb, and stupid, we didn't think to check the weather before leaving home on this stupid adventure. We only almost died twice, but we finally made it to the Stanley.
Twice?
That's not bad. I mean, there's a lot of times where you only almost die more than twice. So I used to chase tornadoes back home when they used to like show up. People like, get in the car. We're chasing that fucking thing down.
You're insane.
I wanted to get a picture of one. Never caught one. Had a lot of hail damage to my car from it, though. Pretty stupid thing to do, especially when you're young.
What?
Anyways, on arrival, the front desk guy said, since there are a bunch of people getting caught up in the snowstorm, we had been upgraded for free. Sweet? Question mark, exclamation point.
Get it? Sweet, S-U-I-T-E. Sweet.
It was the
Hotel
other suite. It was a good one, though. If you would have written that, it would have been even better, but it's okay. Robin did it for you. They didn't tell us it was an upgrade to a haunted room 418. In parentheses,
shut up.
Creeper ghost supposedly chills in the corner of your bathroom. Yeah, that one. That sucks.
Okay, now how do you find out that it's haunted?
I'm guessing you Google which rooms are haunted at the Stanley Hotel. Yeah. Or you have a haunting experience and then you report it and just tell people like, yeah, I stayed in this room and this is what happened.
It's like people are getting caught up in the snowstorm, so we're going to pull a Shining and get you into some haunted suite so you can murder peeps.
Have you seen The Shining?
No.
Yeah, he's the caretaker for the hotel during the night, or during like the winter, so there's no one in the hotel. So it's just this giant hotel and it's super haunting.
He's not with his family?
He is with his family, but I mean, it's just the three of them in this giant hotel. Shout out to Wahabi, who donated $5 and says, hey guys, I just want to say thank you for always making my day better and smile. I have had a rough past couple of days and this is a serious highlight, so thank you for doing all you do.
Thank you so much. And
thank you for donating.
Bay.
Oh, my bad, dog. So say it right then.
Wabe.
Wabe? Let us know who said it better, okay? Who said it best? But thank you so much for donating, and we're very happy that we can bring a little bit of joy into your life by torturing each other for everyone to enjoy. So it's really nice to get those things. Like, you don't even have to send money just to let us know you appreciate what we do, but we do appreciate everything that's sent right now, especially because we're going through some upgrades right now, and I got a microphone that I was super excited to try out for this show.
It did not work out.
Did not work out. Had to send it back, so that was $250 that we took out of the account that's going right back in because we're not going to buy something that's not going to be an upgrade. And I'm kind of happy with the fact that we tested it. I tested it very thoroughly. I tested it for like 6 hours yesterday just to see if I could get good quality. So anyone who donates, know that your money is being very diligently monitored. And Robin came home. I was like, here's my report on my findings. And it's like, send that shit back. So we had to, but it's good stuff.
You said it better. You said it better.
Who says the word better? Don't hit me.
Because you had more enthusiasm.
Aw. Thank you.
You're so enthusiastic.
It's because I drink coffee before the show, and Robin drinks it during the show. I'm going to get back to this email that we're still reading.
Oh, we're still...
Yes, you were going into stream chat. I know you were. All right, so they got upgraded. The room is haunted. Room 418. Creeper ghost supposedly chills in the corner or bathroom, not corner of the bathroom. My bad dog. Anyway, the funnier part was there were still several guests despite the storm, and we were informed there were a couple of ghost tours, and to not worry if we heard people outside the door. That's got to be obnoxious if you're trying to sleep and there's a ghost tour going by and someone's talking about like all the things that people have experienced. You're like, shut the hell up. Not only did my sister and I mess with people outside our room on tour, but I kind of snuck out to creep down to the second floor to go get a picture of the famous room 217. I snapped a couple of pictures of the number plate in the darkened hallway, knowing the tour was somewhere around the floor, turned around and came face to face with people who paid money to be on this tour. The tour guy just gave me a death glare and I smiled, waved, and noped the fuck out.
Wow.
And smiley face, laughing face is the end of the email. That's a really, really good story.
Yeah.
I really appreciate that. And I hope we get a story about someone who took a Stanley Hotel tour where they're on the floor and they walked past room 417 and heard something really creepy. And we have this one to explain to us that it was just people messing with you. But that was really good. I really did enjoy that one. Yeah. So thank you for sending it, Kaylee. And I don't remember what you might have done to make me angry. It must have been faux anger because I don't think I've ever really been mad at any of our spooky friends. So
Chessy Cat says they don't do tours at the Stanley Hotel anymore.
That's interesting. It's
That's
probably
so
because
sad.
they have like a swanky hotel and they have guests that probably get woken up by it. Or people that are obnoxious or get drunk during a tour decide that they're going to be assholes and ruin it for everyone.
It's just, that's annoying.
It's annoying, but it's also nice to know that if I decide to go Scooby-Dooing around that hotel, if we get to 100 patrons, that I won't run into any stupid pesky ghost tours.
Yeah.
And it'll be kind of fun.
Yeah,
so
hopefully.
I'm excited. I'm very excited that we're probably going to end this month above 50 patrons. And I'm not excited to shave my legs or wear the cheerleader outfit as much as I'm excited to see all you spooky friends out there during the Winchester Mansion tour or whatever it's called.
Yeah.
And we're going to pick dates and let everyone know so that everyone has advance notice before we go because everyone's turned out really well for January Patreon push. By the time this comes out, it will be February and it will be over and I will have posted how many patrons we've gained and how amazing you folks are. That does not mean you can't still sign up. So if you want to go to patreon.com/scarishpodcast and sign up, you can do so for as little as $1 a month and get early access to all our episodes. We love everyone that supports us on Patreon, whatever it's called, being patrons. Thank you so much for helping us pick topics because sometimes we just don't know what to do and there's an abundance of choices. And thank you guys for suggesting stuff because sometimes we just like take a blank. We're just like, I don't know what the hell we're going to do. So thank you to everyone. And we appreciate you very much. Thank you for making January Patreon push very successful. Yeah. So,
all right. This next email's subject line says sleep paralysis story from Australia.
Interesting. I wonder how different sleep paralysis is in Australia. If there's an old hag involved, it is 100% confirmed that she exists and sleep paralysis is terrifying.
Okay.
So let's see what happens in this.
So it goes. Hi, Adam and Robin.
Hello.
Hi. My name's Alex. She, female. And I have a couple stories for you guys that I'd be more than happy for you to share. First off, I'd like to say I was first introduced to this amazing podcast back in March when one of my friends shared a story of his. Then, unfortunately, life happened and I didn't go back to it until recently. I started a new job, and what better way to get through a boring day than listening to you guys and
then listening to a boring podcast
that's
filled with moron people.
You're an idiot.
That's what I think about our podcast, and then I listen to it. I'm like, I guess it's not that bad.
Don't put yourself down, man.
And then hearing nice things from you folks really means a lot. So thank you to your friend for introducing you, and thank you to you for sticking with it. We appreciate that.
Anyway, the first happening. That's what it's the first happening.
Okay.
I also want to state that I have no idea what I believe in, but this stuff happening, you can't help believe in something, right? So,
I suppose so. It's never a bad thing to have an open mind about your belief structure. If you're like, I'm not sure what I believe in, that's so much better than I am 100% sure about what I believe in and I will kill for it.
Or
that's the scary
I don't believe
shit.
in anything and it's just not like
the nihilist thing.
Right.
Nihilist thing isn't even that bad. You're just like, blah, I don't give a shit about anything, bro. Like some people are just like that, you know? So I'm just saying, it's not a bad thing. Don't feel bad.
What is it called when you're half angel, half human?
Fake? I don't
Nephilim.
Nephilim? Is that what it's really called?
I'm pretty sure.
I don't know.
You played Diablo, right?
Yeah, but I don't remember. I was thinking about that earlier today. Like, I played so much Diablo 1, I don't even remember Diablo 2 because of it.
Did you play Diablo 3?
I did, but I didn't pay that much attention to
it.
I remember the twist where someone is actually
Diablo 3 together?
Yeah, someone's actually the vessel for Diablo to show up and become like the super lord of hell. I remember that part. I don't remember stuff about what's his face falling and being... What do you call it when you cut off your wings? I don't know. There's a lot of stuff we're getting into here that doesn't even matter. We're just getting deeper and deeper off the track.
Dang it. Okay. Anyway, yeah. That nihilist or whatever reminded me of Nephilim. Anyway, so.
It's a word association game we played really fast right there.
I experience sleep paralysis often due to my narcolepsy. That sucks. Imagine just falling asleep and constantly having sleep paralysis.
Narcolepsy would be very difficult to
Yikes.
deal with. So
I specifically remember one of my first experiences with it before I was properly diagnosed a year ago at the age of 23.
Wow.
Oh, man.
It's a lot of your life to go through with a disorder that's that serious.
Yeah. I was laying in my bed just after an afternoon nap, half on my stomach and half on my side, when I opened my eyes and was completely unable to move. My first fear was logical. I worried about falling forwards and suffocating into my pillow because I'm sure that happens. But then I saw him. A white-haired man that was walking towards me from the end of my bed.
At least it's not an old lady, so it's not old hag syndrome. It's old man syndrome.
At this point, my bed was just a mattress on the floor as I'd just moved in with a friend. I was freaking out. It was the weirdest sensation, screaming for your body to run and not feeling a single twitch in response. Quickly, I closed my eyes, hoping I was just seeing things, despite this man looking so vivid while he stood above me. Oh my gosh. Opening my eyes, I felt my entire body run cold. The man bent over at the hip and was leaning over me. His face maybe a foot from mine, and he smiled so crookedly. You're okay.
Crooked smile just means creepy and evil.
You're okay, he spoke, his voice sending cold chills across my cheek. We'll come back for you later.
That's so creepy.
What?
Who's we?
I know. What? Nope. I would freak out so bad. Just no. I like to say that the man just vanished before my eyes, but how he left was more disturbing. He stood himself upright, casually looking around the room, and walked back down towards the end of my bed. After that, I could hear him open my door and casually walk down the stairs to the main area of the house, and then nothing. So instead of it being like, definitely ghost, it's like a real person came, looked at me over my bed, and left.
That's what it feels like. I mean, it's sleep paralysis. You're saying like it's definitely an old man that broke into your house and just appeared suddenly.
Yeah, but that's what it's like. What's scarier, like
an
having
intruder
something
that sees you sleep paralyzed,
something disappearing like right away, or something where you think someone is actually staring at you and is in your house.
It's worse that it walks away. You hear it go downstairs, but you don't hear your front door open because that means it's still there. It's like, I'm going to go
Thanks for making it worse.
I'm going to go downstairs and watch Wheel. I'll be back for you. He goes downstairs and he's just in the living room. What?
Wheel
of Fortune. He's an old man.
Goodness.
He's turning that shit on at 6 o'clock or
Not
whatever
Jeopardy?
time it comes on. Oh, yeah, Jeopardy's more difficult and old people can't remember shit like that.
All right. I like Jeopardy. I don't know.
I like both of them. Wheel's just the one that I've always heard people like, you going to watch Wheel tonight? I never really hear people like, you going to watch Jeopardy?
See, I've always heard you want to watch Jeopardy.
I don't know. It's a cultural thing,
Yeah,
I guess.
maybe it's like different parts of the country, too.
That could be. I mean, they're both very popular shows. Whatever.
Jeopardy or Wheel of Fortune? Let us know.
Which one identifies more with old people? If you hear
no!
someone's watching it,
Shut up.
which one makes you think like it smells
Not
like
just
cotton
with
balls
old
and
people,
butterscotch
okay?
candies?
Oh, I love butterscotch candies.
It's because it reminds you of old people.
No, it doesn't. It's just delicious, you weirdo.
Butterscotch sucks. Hashtag butterscotch sucks. Don't hit me. She almost struck me, people.
Not just with old people, okay? What would you, just in general, what do you rather watch? Like
Wheel of Jeopardy?
Fortune?
What would you
Yeah.
rather watch?
Jeopardy.
Really?
Yes, I love Jeopardy.
I love Jeopardy too, but I like me some Wheel of Fortune. It's fun.
What is an idiot?
Wow. You're bankrupt. Don't touch me. This is the lamest joke I've ever made. I'm better than this, people. You expect better from me. I will be better.
Okay.
That whole Hancock speech. Insert
So,
right here.
went downstairs. This weird, creepy dude walked downstairs. It probably took another half an hour before my paralysis ended. That sucks. And the first thing I did was scream for my best friend. He came running up the stairs and could clearly see I was distressed. After telling him what happened, he told me I was probably just dreaming, but he couldn't hide the worry on his face.
Anyways, I'm watching Wheel with my grandpa downstairs. You should come join us. I'm obviously joking.
Okay. Just to be sure, Connors checked that all the windows and doors in the house were closed and locked, which they were, and we kept an eye out on social media to make sure no one in the neighborhood had seen this strange man. What? So it was like a legit thing.
Like you straight up thought there was someone in your home.
We were both on edge for a couple days after that. After that, I saw the man twice again in the last year since the first happening. Oh my gosh. That sucks. Like seeing that person repetitively after he says, we'll come back for you.
He came back. Man of his word. Demon of his word.
The second time was just walking past the office door while I was having a cataplexy episode, which is sort of like sleep paralysis, but you just don't have to be asleep. Basically, strong emotions can just cause you to collapse or be unable to move while still being fully conscious. Wow. This scared me because I couldn't pass it off as a dream, but I did only see him for a moment, just walking past the door, turning his head with a smile and nod towards me, then passing out of sight. I'm imagining the dudes from Buffy.
The episode where they can't speak?
Yes.
Yeah, I was seeing that kind of same thing.
Oh my gosh.
They look more
the
like
gentlemen.
the Silence,
Are they
though.
called the gentlemen?
I don't know.
I don't remember.
I called them the Silence because they look like the Silence
The Silence,
to me.
yeah. Okay. So that's freaking frightening. The third time was after I had moved out of that house and moved in with my boyfriend just a couple months ago. I woke at God knows what hour and realized that I was having sleep paralysis again. At this point, it doesn't scare me as much as I experience it pretty much every time I wake up unexpectedly in the night.
That sucks.
But then I saw him. The white-haired man stood in the corner of the room looking across at me with a happy smile. He walked towards me smoothly, surprisingly through all the junk on my floor, and again bent over to have his face not far from mine.
Said, clean your goddamn room.
And simply whispered, "You're safe now." And from there he walked away like he had the first time I saw him, listening to him open and close the door and leave. That's the last time I experienced the white-haired man, and I really hope I never see him again. So that's my that's my experience with sleep paralysis. I hope it wasn't too long and didn't drag on for too long. I have a couple more stories to give you, but for now, I'll leave you in suspense and email you again in the future. Quick thought though, and I'm sorry if you've already done this as I'm only on episode 17 at the moment, but what about Australian monsters and creatures? You've always got the bunyip. We did that! What? And the yowie. Did we do that one too?
We did the yowie too.
Whoa! Look at that. We got you.
Yowie!
We got you, girl. Anyway, thanks for listening to my story. I shall email again soon. Keep on creeping on, Alex from Western Australia.
Right on.
Thank you so much for sending that. That's really,
I'm pretty
really
sure that's
scary.
Alexandra, who's usually in the YouTube chat.
Really?
Who is not here tonight, it looks like, when we read the story.
Do you think so?
That's exactly what I think, because she's from Australia.
Oh.
So that all makes sense. There was a reference to Connor, and I know that they're friends as well.
Oh, cool.
So, interesting. Good stuff. Thank you for sending that. This is one of those cases where I couldn't help but feel like, even though he's creepy, perhaps that's your guardian angel.
But why would he say, "We'll be back for you"?
Because
that's really creepy.
She was safe, and then when they came back, they reassured her. He reassured her, "You're safe now," and then left. Like, just because you're old and creepy and you have a crooked smile doesn't necessarily mean you're evil. Maybe it's one of those things where it's like, are you going to judge a book by its cover? Just saying, like, it could be a good guy. Like, if you meet like a really, really attractive person, do you instantly think like that's a guardian angel? And if you see like an uglier person or even an older person, do you think like this person's a demon? Because I'm just saying.
All I know is Mary Poppins told me that the cover. Mary Poppins told me that the cover is not the book.
So open it up and take a look. I really enjoyed that movie. So you can shit all over it all you want. I enjoyed that movie. It's a personal opinion. In my humble opinion, I enjoyed the new Mary Poppins, and Emily Blunt hit me up. So.
How many times have you asked Emily Blunt to hit you up?
I think at least 3. I would hit her up and be like, "Yo, you're a really talented actress, and I really appreciate your work. Also, you're super hot." So, shout out to your husband, John Kaczynski. He's also
I just want
to
go on a double date.
That'd be super cool.
It would
just to
be
hang out.
So cool.
I'd be like, "Do you guys play Catan? We don't really do much else."
Yeah, that's what I would be like. Just let's play board games.
Right?
I like board games.
It's fun stuff.
But everybody has to have voices for their little. Their colors have to have their own voices. So like everyone is from a different country, you know?
We don't play these rules now, but apparently we're inventing these rules for our imaginary friends, John Kaczynski and Emily Blunt. When we all hang out, it's going to be a blast, guys. We have these special rules just for you. Sorry, all our actual friends who play with us. You're not good enough to do voices for your countries.
I just think because they're actors, it'd be really cool.
They'd probably be like, "We're not working today, bro. Like, take it easy."
Anyway.
I want to say one thing before we move on to the next email. And after I did The Exorcism, the true story of The Exorcist, which was the most recent topic episode to release, the next night, which was 2 nights ago, it was probably the worst sleep I've had in like 10 years and some of the worst nightmares I've had. And I woke up, of course, right at 3 a.m. That's Robin's fault. She dropped something right at 3 a.m. and I woke up wide awake, couldn't go back to sleep for like 3 hours.
I couldn't sleep, so I reached for my Kindle and I knocked over like my bottle of allergy medicine. And he
when
was like,
it
what?
hit, it was just so loud in the silence of the night, and I just shocked awake, and I couldn't go back to sleep. She eventually went back to sleep, and I was just laying there like watching the shadows play on the ceiling, and I was like, I'm really fucking creeped out right now. Like, this is about as creeped out as I've been in a really, really, really long time. And I just lay there and I was like, did the corner just get darker? Just close your eyes. Like, I'm not going to deal with this shit. This is my brain just fucking with me.
When I freak out, that's when I just roll over and put the blanket on my face.
As soon as I did that, as soon as I thought that, I was like, are the dogs scared? No, the dogs are pretty chill right now. I think you're okay. And then I try to go back to sleep unsuccessfully. But yeah, that diary, man, that exorcism diary, that shit stuck with me for a little while. Because that's creepy. That's one of the creepiest things I've read in a long time. So I just want to put that out there. I'm going to go ahead and get into my last email of the show. And this one's subject line is Sleep Talking Sisters.
Burn them.
So what'd you say? Burn them? Your head went somewhere different than mine. Because I'm just like, are you part of the sisters that sleep talk? Or did you date one of them and you somehow knew both of them sleep talk?
Oh, no.
Which is weird. And I need to know more. But however, we have an email to go after this subject. So let's find out. Starts out like this. Hi, Robin and Adam.
Hi.
Hello. I absolutely adore your podcast and listen whenever I get the chance. Thank you. We appreciate that. I found you guys on Spotify. Shout out to Spotify. Please feel free to share this on the podcast. A few months ago, my older sister and I were visiting our parents' house out in a very rural part of Michigan.
All right.
Bored, we decided to go see A Quiet Place since it was still in theaters. We got in my dad's truck to make the 25-minute drive to the movie theater.
Was it a pretty quiet place?
I hate you so much. Along the way, we spotted a dark figure walking on the side of the road. We both screamed, and my sister swerved to not run the figure over. It was a man dressed in all black who seemed like he must have been drunk walking on a terribly dark road. So I called the police to make sure nothing would happen to him when we got, and he could get home safe.
That's very nice to do.
That is very nice.
Yeah.
Usually the police will show up and give you a public intox and throw your ass in jail.
What?
I mean, if you're in public and you're intoxicated, you're going to get a public intox, and it just keeps you safe until you sober up. We went into the theater, watched the movie, which was absolutely awesome. I watch a lot of scary movies now, even though when I was younger, I got scared of a lot of things like the dark, my basement, in parentheses, me too, Robin.
Yeah, basements are a big nope.
Storms, and especially home invasion. Home invasion still creeps me out. I don't watch home invasion movies because of it.
Does Halle Berry freak you out?
I don't get that.
She was Storm in X-Men.
I hate you so much. Storms don't freak me out. They used to. I told her a little piece of trivia that the character Storm actually winds up marrying Black Panther. That's who winds
I
up
had
getting
no
together.
idea. Yeah, I think that's crazy. Doesn't she date like Cyclops at one point though too?
Probably.
No?
I mean, she's super hot. She can date whoever she wants.
Yeah.
Let's be real.
Mm-hmm.
All right. My sister doesn't watch as many and tends to get a little spooked when we watch them together. After the movie, we drove home and luckily didn't see the man again, which is exactly where I thought this was going to go. Hopefully he got home safe. When we got home, we started getting ready for bed. My sister asked if I could sleep in our old room with her as she was feeling a bit scared of the movie. We used to share a room when we were younger, and she had put up with a lot of antics out of me, but being that I was so afraid of so much and had quite an overactive imagination. That's hilarious. It sounds like your fear in turn tortured your sister growing up, which is just a really weird thing for that to pass on.
My sister and I went to go watch Crimson Peak together. And I don't think a lot of people were in that theater. We might have actually had the whole movie theater to ourselves. And we sat all the way at I smacked my microphone. We sat all the way at the top of the theater in the back, right in the middle. And I don't know why we chose that seat. Probably
middle
because,
makes sense. Back to me is baffling.
Well, it's probably because we didn't want anything behind us because we're scared of it.
That's funny.
So we were watching the movie, and the whole time she and I and it's not that scary of a movie, okay? But it was the first time we had ever seen it. So all the creepy things are the first time we're seeing them. And so we had like our jackets, and I think we only had one. We had one jacket, and we shared this jacket between the two of us, just like covering our faces.
Full-grown adult women. This is hilarious. Crimson Peak is not that scary.
It's not that scary. We own it now because I really like that movie. But yeah, sometimes it's nice having a sister that you can be scared
It's nice
with.
having a partner in crime, especially when you watch something scary.
Yeah.
Watching scary movies alone isn't as fun because you want to like talk to someone to like experience it with someone at the same time.
It's like when someone else is scared, you start getting scared because they're jumpy, and then it's just...
It is not easy to be the person who is Robin's like sheet. No matter what, whenever we watch a scary movie, she uses my hands and covers her face so she doesn't have to watch it, and then she tells me to describe what's going on.
Yeah, I'm always like, what's going on?
So I turned to my best Morgan Freeman, and I'm just like, she's walking down the room. And I'm telling her everything that's going on in the scenery. So that kind of takes me out of the thing where I might get scared. And then something happens, and I'm like, oh, shit. And she's like, what? What happened? It's like, let's rewind it and watch it again since you can't open your eyes. So, yeah, it's not always the funnest thing to watch a scary movie. Annabelle Creation was the worst because we were in the theater. She refused to watch, like, any of that movie. It wasn't through my fingers. And I was kind of creeped out, and things were happening. And I'm like, I can't describe this to you via whisper because we're surrounded by a bunch of people. So, fun stuff.
Yeah.
It would be funner for our viewing audience to watch you watch a scary movie than to watch a scary movie with us.
Yeah.
Because it's just hilarious to see. It's one of my favorite things to see, and it's also awful because I can't pay any attention to any of the horror movies that we watch. So, I'm kidding. It's my favorite thing.
Okay.
You just have this look on your face like, well, then I guess no more scary movies.
Yeah. No more scary movies forever and ever. We still have to watch Hereditary.
We do. It's right over there, in
yeah.
fact. So, okay, getting back to this email. Another one of the things I was afraid of was my dad's stories of the witching hour at 3 a.m. Me and my sister briefly joked about the witching hour before we went to bed and fell asleep soon after. When you do that, you're basically setting your body clock to wake up for 3 a.m., just so you know.
Really?
My sister woke up at 3 a.m., shocker, and thought that I was awake, so started talking to me as if I was.
Oh, my goodness.
Holy shit. I read ahead.
Oh, okay.
All I said in response was, quote, "There's a spirit here. It's a female ghost. I can feel her."
I'm just imagining the little woman from the Poltergeist saying it.
I was imagining Sigourney Weaver from Ghostbusters,
okay.
which is the polar opposite of the little chick from Poltergeist. She noped the heck out of there, already feeling afraid of the movie. She asked me about it the next morning, but I honestly don't remember saying it. I must have been talking in my sleep. That's a really messed up thing to say in your sleep.
Yeah.
A couple weeks later, my sister took a weekend trip to Chicago, so on Sunday when she got back, I went to go pick her up from the bus station since my apartment was only about 10 minutes away from the station.
That's pretty cool.
That's nice. She decided to stay the night at my apartment. We slept in the same bed because I only live in a 2-bedroom apartment with my roommate. I groggily woke up during that night and checked my phone.
Oh my God, I'm just imagining they're going to be awake, their sister's going to be asleep, and then their sister's going to say something super
back.
creepy. Yeah.
Now, it was my turn to wake up at 3 a.m. I laughed about it, but my sister seemed like she was asleep, so I went to go get a glass of water to try and sleep again. When I came back, I heard my sister say, quote, "Somebody followed me here from the bus station." Holy
what?
shit.
What?
Being especially terrified of home invasion, I felt paralyzed. I couldn't move for a second and tried to question her more about it, but she was fast asleep.
Oh my goodness.
I broke out of it and ran down to my front door to make sure it was locked. I locked every window. I checked pretty much every closet. I finally ended up falling asleep later that night around 5 a.m. Again, my sister didn't remember a thing. So in a way, we got each other back without even noting.
That's hilarious.
Without even knowing it. Thanks for reading. Keep on creeping on, smiley face. P.S. Here's a picture of my Omen baby Mochi, Dana. I think it's hilarious. That's a great story. And most importantly, I thought of Ghostbusters when you said something super creepy. I thought of Sigourney Weaver, whose character's name was Dana.
Really?
Yes.
That's hilarious.
There is no Dana, only Zool. That's super, super awesome.
Yeah, I don't have creepy dreams or weird, like, home invasion-y dreams. I have nice ones where I'm dating Zachary Levi.
Yeah, she mentioned that when she woke up. So I just have nightmares, like, all the time. And they're just different variety of nightmares, which totally sucks. Yeah. So, fun stuff.
Yeah, it seems like you're always having nightmares. It's weird.
It's just always been that way for me. So it's just something I deal with. So when I wake up, I'm like, I need to tell someone, and then I just let it go. Otherwise, I might fall back into that same dream. I told you about the one that I had where I woke up, I walked around to, like, kind of wake up, and then when I fell back asleep, I fell back into the same dream. It was something with demons. It was totally shitty. I don't remember what it was anymore, though. So
cool.
Right on.
The next email here
Our final email of the night.
Yes, it is our final email of the night. And it's titled My First Sleep Paralysis Experience. And it begins, "Hey guys."
Hello.
Hey. This literally just happened, so I wanted to reach out to get it off my mind. So let's get into it. Let's get started. When I was sorry,
Do you think she has any ghost stories?
Rosanna Pensino?
Yeah.
You should totally ask her.
We should be like, yo, we're YouTube starting out. We could really use a celebrity to kind of come on and like kickstart us. We've been following your shit for a long time. We love your cookbook.
Yeah.
It'll be really, really cool if you could come on just even as a guest spot and just tell us some ghost stories or anything that you might have experienced in your lifetime. Let's do this.
Yeah.
I'm going to figure out. We're going to have a campaign.
We should just reach
gonna have
out to all these different YouTube stars.
I've been thinking about it a lot, where it's like I keep listening to things like how you're supposed to expand your brand,
into their DMs.
How you're supposed to expand your brand, and you're supposed to like reach out to your peers. We don't have a lot of peers that like we speak to. There's some people that reach out to us that are like, "Hey, I'm starting my own scary podcast. Like, will you guys listen to it?" We're always like, "Yes." It's always a little bit like we want to support everyone, even if our stuff is very similar. You know what I mean? But we don't really have a lot of contact with a lot of other podcasts or YouTube entities outside of ourselves. So we should just start hitting up people that we like their stuff and be like, "Yo, like, can you help us out just a little bit? Like, you got to make fucking candy with Shigeru Miyamoto. That's super cool."
I know. Oh, she's so cool. I love her. Okay, did you know she's like 4'10" or something? She's a shorty. I didn't realize how short she was.
She's a shouty or she's a shorty?
No, like, oh my goodness, I didn't realize how small she was. Because her boyfriend is like here, and she's like here. And I was like, what?
People listening, one hand was higher than the other, if you couldn't guess.
Yeah, anyway.
What a wonderful height to be, 4'10". Yes, I'm kissing ass right now. So just saying.
Okay, let's get into this. So when I was younger, I had the pleasure of having night terrors all the time. Not quite pleasurable, I don't think. I'd come to on the floor being pinned down by my family member in a random room of the house. My mom would later tell me that I'd been running, screaming, and crying, that he was going to get me.
That's terrifying.
Oh,
especially
my
as a
goodness.
parent to see your kid yelling that.
Yes.
You would think home invasion.
Fast forward to adulthood, I just have nightmares 2 to 5 times a week.
That's standard.
That's like the whole week.
That's standard for someone who grew up with night terrors.
That's horrible.
You just get used. People are like, it just goes away. Nope. You just get used to it.
I usually wake up screaming or crying in the middle of the night, always with a cold sweat. All I would remember from said nightmares was that someone was trying to get me. I never see a face or figure, just a gut-wrenching feeling that lingers long after I wake up.
Same, dude.
That sounds
I have
horrible.
nightmares just like that still to this day.
Oh,
it's
my
always in the
goodness.
house I grew up in, and I just feel it. It's like a familiar and also horribly demonic presence. I know it's there, and it can do, like, I have so much control in my dreams as an adult who's dealt with nightmares. I can wake up, I can move stuff in my dreams. That's how I usually know I'm dreaming, is I just look at something and it'll come to my hand if I want it to.
Yeah.
Whenever I get that feeling, that gut-wrenching feeling, it's like I lose all control in my dreams. It's incredibly hard for me to wake up, and it's incredibly terrifying, and I wake up in sweats.
Do you ever imagine just having a lightsaber go into your hand?
No.
Like
What I usually imagine is like I'll see like a drink or something I want to bring to my hand, and it'll just come to my hand. And then I realize in my dream that I can move stuff to me. And like, I wish I had that power so much in real life, because there's so many times where I'm like, man, I want to turn off that light switch, but I don't want to get up. Or man, I want to close that door. The utilitarian things about it, not like the all-powerful things where I'm like, oh my God, I'm going to be a supervillain. No, it's like the lazy things. That's what I really wish I could like use the Force with. Right. We're getting way off topic. Same though. That's all I'm saying.
Okay. Last night I did my normal go to bed routine and took some melatonin to chill out. I cannot believe how many times I've heard melatonin in recent time, because I just found out what it was because of the podcast. I had no idea what it was. I'm laying in the bed for what seemed like hours, and I realize my eyes are closed, but I was very much awake. I hear Seinfeld on. Seinfeld? I hear Seinfeld on in the background, and with my eyes shut, I grab the remote to change the channel. The channel never changes, so I start to open my eyes to see if I was hitting the wrong button. I'm scared to see what happens. My eyes wouldn't open. Panicked, I try to force them open with my fingers, and it felt like Velcro. I could hear my eyelashes ripping apart, and by the time they were open, it was pitch black. I go to turn on my light, and I feel my wrists being pushed against my bed. I start screaming, but nothing came out. It felt like a mixture of being drowned with air, if that makes any sense.
You can tell when she's getting really scared because her voice goes really, really high.
I felt my throat tighten, and unable to move my arms, I started to squirm. The entire time, I thought to myself, he's going to get me. Oh my gosh. After squirming for what felt like hours, I laid there, defeated, staring at the darkness. Then the faint colors of my room flooded my eyes, and I laid there paralyzed. My legs felt heavy, as if something was sitting on them, and I just started thinking, wiggle your big toe. Movie reference, but I do that every time I feel like I can't move.
Wiggle your big toe.
I did this for 10 minutes until my body finally felt like my own again. I can honestly say that I have never had this happen to me before, and it was truly horrifying. I don't really know if it was sleep paralysis or if it was a nightmare that bled into reality, but the entire experience felt more real than any other dream I have had previously. Thanks for reading this, and sorry if it was lengthy, L. It was not at all lengthy. You're totally fine.
It's very good. And
was very good.
I will say it definitely does not sound exactly like the sleep paralysis stuff we normally hear about. It does sound like a nightmare mixed in with sleep paralysis.
But maybe because they have night terrors, it like...
So vivid.
Right.
Yeah, that's really intense. That's really scary.
That is super duper scary.
It just reminds me, like, I don't ever know, like, there's always someone who has a dream that is recurring and they can talk about stuff that happens. And I think that happens especially for people with night terrors, like how they describe like what they deal with. And I used to have night terrors about Freddy Krueger. I've talked about that before. It was like 4-year recurring nightmare. Since then, and getting older, like the recurring nightmares that I have now, I'm realizing it's weird because whatever this entity is in my dreams, I don't have a name for it. It's just the thing. It's to me, it's just like it's that. I don't want to give it a like. I'm getting goosebumps thinking about giving it a name. It's like I don't want to give it a name. Like all I know is that when it shows up, I'm like, fuck, like I am terrified. It's like I'm a child again, and no matter how much like strength or like defiance I can muster in my dreams, it is the one thing that still unnerves me to this day in my nightmares, where I'm like, I feel legitimately helpless. And that totally reminded of it. So thank you. I am triggered. And
thank you.
It's a really, really good email. Appreciate it. Thank you for sending it.
So thank you guys so much for coming out and checking us out this week. We hope you guys will join us again next week, Wednesday, 6:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And send us your scary stories. Send us your super what? You have to do it.
Shout out to 777
Thank
who
you
donated
so much.
$25.31
so we have
with the
made
message.
the monthly goal. So
the message, haha, you thought, because now I have to do the floss dance tonight and post that on Instagram. So that'll be fun.
It'll be fun for me to record it. I'm just happy about
Seriously,
doing
thank
that.
you so much to everyone who donated. We appreciate it.
Thank you so
it's
much.
Money out of your pocket, and we understand that. And it's hilarious that you guys do this when we start tossing out ridiculous stuff that we will do if we get to that goal. So
thank you so much. Please send us your homegrown horrors. So if you go to
you want me to do it?
Yeah,
Since
you can do
I
it.
have a
He's
program
used
in my
to
brain.
saying it, and I'm not. So
if you want to send us your homegrown horrors, please email storytime@scaryish.com. You can also reach out to us at scaryish.com, which is our website. Click on Contact Us. Fill out the form. It comes directly to us. You don't have to worry about getting to your emails or anything like that. On scaryish.com is a link to all of our social medias as well. Facebook.com/scariyishpodcast is our Facebook page. Go there. Click like. And then you can message us directly if you'd like to. You can also join the Scarish Spooky Friends group. You can post it there for some instant feedback or just join the community for some fun stuff. We post a lot of memes. We talk a lot about funny stuff.
I love all the memes.
Someone posted a video of the reactions to the Exorcist movie back in the 70s when it came out, and it is an amazing video. It's just 4 minutes of watching people from the 70s be like, I passed out. I fainted in the movie theater, and it's so much fun. So go join that. If you want to join us on Discord, best way to do that, go to scarish.com, scroll down, and on the right-hand side where all of our stuff is located for our social media, click the Discord link, and you'll join us.
My Etsy store is also on there. I have a few scary-ish things that I make by hand myself, and then we do have a Teespring store and a Redbubble store that I have posted on Facebook, I believe. So if you want to check out our shop, go ahead and do that.
Indeed. And if you want to reach out to us on Instagram, it's @ScarishPodcast. Tweet at us @ScarishPod. I think that is all of the social medias and all the ways that you guys can reach out to us. We appreciate every single one of you. Thank you so much to everyone who came out for January Patreon push. It really means a lot to us that we finally met that goal and we get to come and meet a lot of you folks. And we have more money towards the show that we can schedule things where we actually travel and we actually get to meet some of you folks.
It'll be really cool to be able to afford plane tickets to go to San Jose. So
yeah, it's going to be nice.
Awesome.
So thank you so much to everyone. Thank you to everyone who watches us live on Wednesday nights who donated. Thank you to everyone who doesn't donate because you don't have the money, because we totally understand that.
Yeah.
And all the support that you folks have given us has been amazing. If you haven't done it yet and you'd like to do it, please go to iTunes and drop us a rating or a review.
Yeah, 5 stars, please.
Please, 5 stars. It's just so nice when you guys go and do that.
Every time I put my hands up in the air, I'm like, Spirit Bomb.
And then people can watch it, and hopefully you folks at home can hear the Spirit Bomb collecting.
Yeah.
So honestly, I think that's just about everything that we have for this episode of Storytime, unless you can think of something else.
No, that is it.
I will let you do the sign out.
Keep on creeping on, and we'll talk to you guys next week.
Bye.
Bye.